Good evening. This is a song called Worcester City, which is where I live. In Worcester City there lived a damsel, oh, the truth to you I'll tell, and she by her servant man was courted, who oft times told her that he loved her well. She loved him too, but at a distance. He did not seem to be very fond, and now for your fondness and unconstant fairness, I soon will end your sweet tender life. A short time after this fair young damsel was invited to a ball, you know, and this wicked young man he followed after, and soon prepared for overthrow. As she was dancing all with another, jealousy it filled his mind, and to destroy his own true lover, this wicked young man he was inclined. Then quickly he prepared some poison, and mixed it with a glass of wine, and he gave it to his own true lover, who drank it with a most fearful mind. A short time after this fair young damsel, now take me home, my dear, said she, for the liquor that you lately gave me, it makes me very ill indeed. As they were walking along together, he then unto her did say, oh, I gave you poison all in your liquor, all for to take your sweet life away, and I have drunk of the same, my jewel. I soon shall sigh as well as thee. So in each other's arms they died. Young men, beware of jealousy. I've only been here about an hour or two, but I had a couple of requests, so I thought I'd get them off my chest and do them now. Just one with a chorus, actually, which you can all join in. There's a song called The Banks of Newfoundland, which is, it belongs to a family of songs that are known in the business as four-bitters, which means they've got four verses. And they're actually what sailors used to sing when they had their time off, which is why they're not very long. This is the chorus. So we'll rub her round and scrub her round with holy stone and sand, and say farewell to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. Should we just try that? So we'll rub her round and scrub her round with holy stone and sand, and say farewell to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. If I'm going to hear you, you'll have to sing pretty loud, because these things tend to sort of boost me a bit over you. Oh, you Western Ocean labourers, I would have you all beware that when you're aboard of a packet ship, no dungaree jumpers wear, but have a big monkey jacket always at your command, and think of the cold nor'westers that blow on the banks of Newfoundland. And so we'll rub her round and scrub her round with holy stone and sand, and say farewell to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. Oh, what a night as I lay in me bunk a dreaming all alone. I dreamt I was in Liverpool, way up in Marylebone, with me true love there beside of me, and a jug of ale in hand. When I woke broken-hearted on the banks of Newfoundland, and so we'll rob around and scrub around with holy stone and sand, and say farewell to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. And we had a Wadden Lynch, Robin Ballin, a Hinch, Jimmy Murphy and Mike Moore. It was in the winter of '62, them sea boys suffered sore, for they'd sold their clothes in Liverpool and pulled them out of hand, not thinking of cold nor'westers that blow on the banks of Newfoundland. And so we'll rob around and scrub around with holy stone and sand, and say farewell to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. And we had a Wadden female passenger, and Bridget Riley was her name, and to her I had promised marriage, and on me she had a claim, and she tore up her flannel petticoats to make mittens for our hands. She couldn't see us sea boys freeze on the banks of Newfoundland, and so we'll rob around and scrub around with holy stone and sand, and say farewell to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. Oh, and now we are off Sandy Hook, me boys, and the land's all covered with snow, and the tugboat will take our hawser, and for New York we will tow. And when we get into the Black Bull Dock, the boys and girls will stand and bid adieu to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. And so we'll rob around and scrub around with holy stone and sand, and say farewell to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. Well done. Once upon a time, on the site of the Imperial War Museum in London, there was a lunatic asylum. Yeah, this place was called Bedlam Hospital, and owing to a sort of speech impediment in South Londoners, it got changed to Bedlam, which is what this song's called. Twas through more fields I rambled, by myself all alone. I heard a maid in Bedlam, a making her sad moan. She was wringing of her tender hands and a tearing of her hair, crying, "Oh, my cruel parents, you have proved to me severe. 'Twas all through my own true love, your apprentice boy, you know. You have forced him to the seas, which has proved my overthrow. This sad disconsolation, which makes me to complain, crying, oh, shall I ever see my own true love again? 'Twas early the next morning, the this young sailor came on shore, and he walked it and he took it down alongside of Bedlam door, and he overheard his true love most grievously complain. I am afraid I shall never see the lad I love again. And the sailor looked around him, and he stood in a surprise. Then peeping through a window, he saw her lovely eyes, and he gave to the porter a large sum of gold, saying, "Show me to my wife, for she's the joy of my soul." When that the sailor this young damsel he did see, well, he took her from her starry bed, and he set her on his knee. "Oh, were you that young man that my father sent to see? Or are you come hither to make a fool of me?" "Oh, yes, I am that young man your father sent to see, and I have now returned all for the love of thee." Well, if it be so, all of my sorrows they are fled. I'll bid adieu unto these chains and this cold and strawy bed.
Chris Foster, his debut on the programme in fact, and he has an LP on Topic called Layers, and one of the tunes that occurs on the LP is The Flower Serving Men. It's also the first tune he's going to do for us tonight.
My father built me a shady bower, and he covered it over with shamrock flowers, the finest bower I ever did see. My aged father he built for me. My father married me to a noble knight. Me mother she owed me a dreadful spite. She sent 9 robbers all in one night to rob me bower and to slay me knight. How could she have done me a bigger harm, to murder me babies all in me arms? Left nothing at all for to wrap them in, but the bloody sheets that my love died in. All alone, then I will wash them. All alone, I will bury them. Cut off me hair and I'll change my name, from fair Eleanor to sweet William. I'll saddle my horse and away I will ride, till I come to where some king to reside. To one of his servants give a gay gold ring, to carry a message unto the king. It's, do you want any cook or groom? And do you want there a stable man? Do you want a manservant in your hall, to wait on nobles when they do call? Well, we don't want any cook or groom, and we don't want there a stable man, but we want some manservant in our hall, to wait on nobles when they do call. Well, not long after it happened so, the young king and his nobles did a hunting go. Left no one at all but the gay old man to keep keep company with sweet William. And when she thought she was all alone, she took out her fiddle and she played a fine tune. Once my love was a rich and noble knight, and me myself was a lady bride. Well, not long after the king come home, what news, oh me gay old man. Good news, oh my lord, said he, your serving man is a gay lady. Go fetch me down then a pair of stays, that I might lace up her slender waist. Go fetch me down that gay gown of green, that I might dress her up just like me queen. Oh no, oh my lord, said she, pay me my wages and I will go free. For I never heard tell of a stranger thing as a serving man to become a queen.
Well, of course, in London you have to go a long way to find a serving man who hasn't become a queen. That's Chris Foster and his first song for us tonight, and it's called The Flower of Serving Men. Chris Foster next, and along with his orchestra and chorus, and a tune called Unicorns.
We were travelling north to sing and play for friends that we had never met. Been working hard and didn't speak. The sky was grey and threatened wet, and I dreamed that I saw unicorns. Dreamed I saw them wild and white. Their sudden beauty lit the world like a star will light a winter's night. Pure as love with mains of milk, they danced and pranced and cried aloud. Bright as rainbows around the stars, their eyes were soft and sad and proud. And I wept for the wild and dirty world to which this beauty now is lost, and cursed the hungry minds of men that feed the future at such cost. My head was bowed, my eyes were closed, when in my ears their voices rang, and these few words lodged deep inside, and in my very soul they sang. We never went away, you always knew that we were near. Remember how to look for us, you see we were always here. I raised my eyes to seek them out, the world was empty all around. Rain came tumbling from the sky and drowned all dreams upon the ground. And when they asked me why I wept, like one who for his dead love mourns, the only answer I could give, I dreamed that there were unicorns. We never went away, you always knew that we were near. Remember how to look for us, you see we were always here. We never went away, you always knew that we were near. Remember how to look for us, you see we were always here. You see we were always is here.
They danced and pranced and cried aloud. Back to those serving men, eh, Chris? That's Chris Foster, his second number, and Unicorn's the name of that one.
But as soon as the lady the young farmer did espy, it overthrew her heart, oh me heart, she did cry. Then she turned from the squire and nothing she said. Instead of getting married, she took to her bed. The thoughts of the farmer so ran in her mind that a way for to have him she quickly did find. Coat, waistcoat and trousers she then did put on, and off she went a-hunting with her dog and gun. She hunted all around where the farmer he did dwell, because in her heart she loved him so well. Well, she oftentimes fired, but nothing could she kill, till at length the young farmer came into the field. To converse with him it was her intent, so with her dog and gun to meet him then she went. Oh, I thought you would be at the wedding, she cried, to wait on the squire and give to him his bride. Oh no, sir, I'd rather take a sword all in me hand. By me honour I would gain her if ever she command. Well, the lady was pleased for to find him so bold, and gave to him a glove that was flowered with gold. She told him she had found it as she came along, as she was a-hunting with her dog and gun. Then the lady went home with her heart full of love. She gave out a notice that she had lost her glove, and the man that shall find it and bring it unto me, no matter who he is, my husband he shall be. Well, the farmer was pleased when he heard of the news. Straight to the lady with her glove he goes, and saying, dear and honoured lady, it was I picked up your glove. I hope that you were pleased and will give to me your love. Oh, it's already granted, the lady replied. It's already granted, and I will be your bride. I'll be mistress of the dairy and go milking me cow, while the jolly farmer is whistling at the plough. Now, when they were married, she told him of the fun of how she went a-hunting with her dog and gun. And now she has got him so fast in her snare, she'll love him forever, I vow and declare.
Hello, took me by surprise a bit there. That's Chris Foster and the Golden Glove.
And William Taylor's a nice young sailor. He went courting a lady fair, and just when he was going to be married, pretty William he went to sea. And now for a sailor William is listed, now for a sailor William is gone. He's gone and he's left his charming Sarah, for to sigh and for to mourn. So she's dressed her saddle-fitting man's apparel, and she put on. She's gone to seek her William Taylor, for to seek him she is gone. One day when they were exercising, 1, 2, 3, a silver locket fell from her bosom. There they spied her milk-white breast, and then the captain he stepped up to her and asked her what had brought her there. I'm come to seek my William Taylor, he hath proved to me severe. Oh, you've come to seek your own and true lover, and he have proved to you severe, for he is married to a rich young lady. He was married the other year. She's called for a brace of pistols, a brace of pistols she did command. She bide and she shoot her William Taylor with his bride at his right hand. And then the captain, he was well pleased, he was well pleased with what she had done, and soon she became a bow commander on shipboard with all of his men. And then the captain, he was well pleased, he was well pleased with all that passed, and it was only 3 weeks after Sarah became the captain's wife.
Another rather confusing story there, but nicely done too. That's Chris Foster, and that's all about William Taylor, who came from Lichfield. I was confirmed by the Bishop of Lichfield, you know. Pretty interesting. I hope you made a note of that. From William Taylor to Casey Jones. And now, by way of a total contrast, this is Chris Foster again, Lady Maisry.
The young men of the North Country have all a wooing gotten to win the love of Lady Maisry, but of them she would have none. Oh, hold your tongues, young men, said she, and think no more on me, for I've given my love to an English lord who promised to marry me. And then word has to her father gone, as he put on his shoe, that Lady Maisry goes with a child unto some English lord. And then in there come her bold father dear, stepping on the floor. He says, they tell to me, my daughter Maisry, that you are become a whore. Oh, a whore, father, a whore, father, that is what I'll never be, though I've given my love to an English lord who promised to marry me. But couldn't you have gotten a duke or a lord from your own country? But you have gone with this English lord to bring this shame on me. Now, where are all my merry young men, whom I give meat and a fee, to pull the thistle and the thorn, to burn her vile body? And then her father is to the greenwood gone, her brothers to the broom, all for to kindle a bold bonfire, to burn her body in. And then in there come an old woman, Lady Maisry's nurse was she, but before she could speak one single word, a salt tear blinded her eye. Oh, your father is to the greenwood gone, your brothers to the broom, all for to kindle a bold bonfire, to burn your body in. And me father, he was the first good man who tied me to a stake, and me brother was the next good man who did the fire make, and me mother, she was the first good woman who did the fire fetch, and me sister was the next good woman who lighted it with a match, and they blew the fire, they kindled the fire till it did reach my knee. Oh, mother, mother, quench the fire, the smoke it'll smother me. Oh, had I but a little footboy, my errand he could run, he would run nothing to gay London town, and bid my lord come home. Oh, nurse, go and fetch to me my little footboy. He's called my sister's son, that he mayn't tell to my true love that I am sick at home, and shall die before he can come. Well, the first 2 miles the little boy walked, the second 2 he run, and he run till he come to some broad water side, and then he fell on his breast and he swum till he come to some dry land again. Then he took to his heels and he run till he come to some high park gate, where lords were sitting at their meat. Oh, if you did but know what news I have brought, not a bite more would you eat. Oh, is my park gates overthrown, or is my walls falling down? Oh, your high park gates, they are all overthrown, your high park walls, they are all a-falling down, and your Lady Maisry lies sick at home, and she'll die before you can come. Oh, mother, go and fetch to me my middle white steed, and saddle it with the speed, that I may go and kiss her cherry cheeks before they are turned to clay. Now where are all my merry young men? By 1, by 2, by 3, and then he's mounted up on his middle white steed to go to his Lady Maisry. And they blew the fire, they kindled the fire, till it did reach her head. Oh, mother, mother, quench the fire, for I am nearly dead. And then she's turned her head on her right shoulder, so her lord come riding home. Oh, mother, mother, quench the fire, for I am nearly gone. And then he's mounted off of his milk white steed, and leapt into the fire. He was thinking to save his Lady Maisry, but he had stayed too long. And the lady, she was buried in a cold churchyard. The Lord was buried in the choir, and out of her heart there sprung a sweet rose, and out of his mouth a sweet briar, and they growed so high unto the church wall, until they could not grow any higher, and there they did twang in a true lover's knot, for all true lovers to admire.
Well, if you paid a lot of attention to these traditional songs, you would imagine that ancient graveyards were just like jungles. That's Chris Foster and his last for us tonight, and it's called Lady Maisry. And don't forget to keep your eyes skinned for his debut LP, which is Layers.